characters we all hated at the start, but then ended up loving them and became some of our favourite characters in fiction. Now, before I do start the video however, let's just give it a round of applause for Arsenal finally winning the Premier League. If you're a football fan, you'll know exactly what I mean. But yeah, back to the main topic at hand. In fiction, there are some characters we genuinely hated at the very start, but their arcs, their journeys, their whole development just changed our whole perspective on them, and yeah, we just ended up understanding them, liking them even more, and yeah. But yeah, in this video I'm going to be ranking these 5 characters right here based on how hated they were at first to how much we absolutely loved their character. The S tier is we literally changed our whole perspective on that character. We understood them, we ended up liking them, stuff like that. We ended up rooting for them. And the D tier as well, we never really hated them at all. So yeah, and enough yapping, let's just get into it. Starting off, we got Jaime Lannister from Game of Thrones, and I can't lie, he might actually be the definition of this statement right here. Characters we all hated but then ended up loving. Jaime Lannister started off so hated because we all saw him as an arrogant type of character, morally incorrect, incestuous. Bro, when we first see him in season 1, he's literally cocky, he pushed Bran off the tower, he hated the Starks who we saw were the honourable good ones. And I can't lie, up to season 2, he was just an evil, crazy person. He was just killing people for the fun of it. However, when he lost his hand and actually revealed the truth to Brienne herself and us, the audience, actually understood that he was the unsung hero, the true hero of the show. However, with how the situation went and gone, he decided to just hide it all in, keep the truth to himself, and play the villain that everyone painted him to be, when he actually ended up saving everybody from being burnt from the Mad King. And after revealing the truth, he ended up going on a big journey of trying to redeem himself, become an honourable knight, which was his first dream when he first joined the Kingsguard. Yeah, can't lie, what a great arc. We were all rooting for him, apart from season 8, which we do not count at all, when he went back to Cersei. But yeah, can't lie, what a great character. Next up, we have got Snape. Now, Snape is actually a complicated one. I'm actually going to put in the middle, B tier. The reason being, a lot of people might put him A, a lot of people might put him C, but I think B is perfect. The reason being, throughout the whole franchise or the movie series, he doesn't actually change that much. We more or less get a better understanding of why he does what he does and the reasonings for his actual motivations. Throughout the whole show, he doesn't actually improve as a character. We just understand him even more. We understand his backstory, we understand his tragedy, we understand his demeanor, why he plays both sides, we understand his love for Harry Potter's mum, the main reason for all of his good actions that you could argue. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, he is a very tragic and complicated character, but he doesn't actually have like a crazy arc, if you get what I mean. We as the audience just get a better understanding of who he is and why he does what he is. I hope that makes sense, but yeah. Next up, we have got Atrain. Now, Atrain I'm actually going to put in the A tier. Now, that's not a pun, whatever, but yeah. Atrain, we all saw him as a cowardly, fame-obsessed, selfish superhero who was pretty much the main reason of the whole show. I mean, he kind of wasn't, but he was pretty much the whole setup, basically. And as the seasons went on, we saw him start to lose everything. He started to suffer consequences, he became more self-aware. Once he lost his superiority, once he lost his powers, once he lost the fame, he started to become more relatable and more understanding. When he saved that one person is when he realized, it doesn't matter who sees it, the fact that he can actually change someone's life, that's when he realized he's going to properly change. And I mean, by the end of the season, we see him literally save Huey, which is literally the complete opposite of the events that happened in the first episode, and also him avoiding the girl. Now, I made a point on my channel before about how that was kind of ridiculous, that shouldn't have happened, but it did fit his arc completely. What a hero. He stood up to Homelander, laughed at his face. I mean, can't lie, he went through a big development arc. You have to respect it. We all love Atrain. Yeah, what a goat. Next up, we've got Zenitsu. Now, Zenitsu from Demon Slayer, I'm going to put D tier. A lot of people might disagree, but for me, I genuinely hated Zenitsu. To me, he was a very annoying character. He was always crying. He was a weirdo obsessed over any type of female he could encounter. And he was just a coward, I won't lie. But throughout the series, we see his loyalty, we see his backstory, we see the tragedy. And I mean, when he locks in, he locks in. He's a dangerous, dangerous man when he locks in. But yeah. Low-key though, I did say I hated this character. I never really hated Zenitsu. I just found him more annoying. I'm going to put D tier because he doesn't really have a crazy, like, from being hated to most loved. He was always likable, but he was just a very annoying type of character, if that makes sense. But yeah, can't lie. When he ended up going to the Infinity Castle in the movie, when he locked in and went crazy on the upper rank, yeah, can't lie, big respect. Now finally, we have got Rexplode. Now Rexplode, I'm gonna have to put C tier. Reason being, he does have a decent story arc from being an arrogant, annoying, immature type of person, cheating on Eve, trying to belittle Mark, like bro. But over time, we see he ends up being very loyal, actually more funny, and the main important one, he actually becomes more mature. He grows up, his arc when we finally learn his backstory, his tragedy, and him trying to become a better person, being more loyal to Mark, which is a big turnaround, and also trying to be a good partner to Shrinking Ray. I'm not gonna lie, Rexplode, very, very good character. When he sacrificed himself, saving the others against the Mark variant, he went out heroic, which is, can't lie, perfect. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, he wasn't that hated. We just found him, like Zenitsu, very, very annoying. But we did see him actually grow up as a person, which I think that probably was the main reasoning. He actually did grow up after going through some crazy events during the show. But yeah, I can't lie, these are my rankings for characters we hated at the start but ended up loving them the most. Let me know your thoughts down below on what you think. And yeah,